Get low.
the Data Protection Africa Summit 2024 here in Kampala. And I want to just take this moment to thank each and every one of you for your active participation, insightful contributions, and your unwavering commitment to advancing data protection across our continent. Now, this year, we've explored the broad theme around strategic partnerships, people empowerment, and compliance enforcement, as well as innovation. We've explored how these pillars can drive Africa's digital transformation. We've unpacked the challenges. We've shared practical experiences and solutions. And more importantly, we've reimagined the future where data protection will serve as a catalyst for growth, trust, and sustainable development. For me, the conversations that have been held here have been one that reminds us of the path forward and its requirements that include collaboration, innovation, and action. Whether you're a policymaker, whether you're an innovator or an advocate, your role is super crucial in shaping a secure, thriving digital ecosystem for Africa. Now, we'll be leaving here today. I urge you to carry the lessons and the connections that we have made into our respective spaces, and to continue working towards a digitally transformed Africa, where data protection is not just a requirement, but a driver of progress. Thank you all very much once again. And when we depart, I wish you all safe travels, and I look forward to seeing every single one of you, God willing, at our next stop, which will be revealed very shortly. I would now like to go on to a very important part of the event, which is first to acknowledge the work of our sponsors in helping us bring this event to you. So will the representatives of the following sponsors here present please stand by and make your way up onto the stage to pick a gift, a token of our appreciation to all of you.
Josh McDermott. Josh McDermott.
May I call on Dr. Nyako, member of the board of the Africa Digital Rights Hub, to join me up here to do the presentations for us. A round of applause, please. Okay. So, our very dependable partner, the Personal Data Protection Office of Uganda. A round of applause for making this possible. In the 6 years that we've done this conference, I must say, Stella, your team and the work you put in has guaranteed the largest turnout and the most active group of participants. So congratulations. Thank you very much. Next up, representative from Meta. Thank you for your continued partnership and your support. And now, representative of 2 candlesticks. Please make your way up. Now, for the Data Protection Africa Summit to be successful, it can't be a platform for only practitioners and innovators. I think the data protection authorities who are represented here did a great job to dedicate time and resource to be here to participate, and would like to acknowledge first Mauritius, and Kenya. A round of applause. Next up is Egypt. Tanzania. Thank you very much. Eswatini. Mali. Oh, I guess the Malian rep is not in the room. And finally, our host nation, Uganda. Stella, I would like to crave your indulgence so you stay. This partnership has been a very fruitful one, and we will now acknowledge the work done by all of our speakers, of whom you are one. First up, so we will give you your token after you've presented to everyone. Yes. I don't know if it's happened anywhere else on the continent, but I know a country where the president gave a national award and he gave himself one. So you won't be left out. Good. First up, Mr. Srikant Mangalam. And that's my new best friend, by the way. Okay. Mrs. Judacia Madhab. Ever passionate. Thank you very much. You've all made the last 3 days a very great experience, and we're grateful. Dr. Patricia Bosche. Next up is Ms. Maureen Amoturin. Okay, Maureen is not in the room. To Mr. Maxence Mello. Maxence is also not here. Matthew Martin. Round of applause. Miss Jackie Kitiwa, who will not be picking up this herself. So can I ask Paul Kakito to please step up and take this? Ah, Paul, there you are. When I grow up, I want to be as tall as this guy. Dr. Ernest Mwabazi. I think he left for a meeting. Mr. Dixon Cattle. Yeah, the bankers can't sit around for long. He's gone. But we'll find him. And Miss Barbara Arinda. Ah, there you are. A round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Mr. Ridwan Oloyede. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Philomena Nyako. Mr. Albert Seshi. Round of applause. Albert did the master class on day 0 and has since been in the engine room to make sure that everything has gone well. And super, super grateful. Mr. Michael Mulqueen. Yeah. How did you do it? Right. So we will do another presentation, but it will be a 2-in-1. So Maxence Mello, I believe you're here now. Yeah, please join us up here. So Maxon's organization, Jammy Forum, we're acknowledging you as a sponsor and then in your personal capacity as a speaker as well. So you stick around for 2 presentations. Yes, if this was an award ceremony, you're the highest grossing awardee today. Can we have someone help take the stuff to his seat, please? And yeah, Tiki, I think you should do this. You should do the no.
He wants an award.
I don't. I don't want an award. Apparently, I'm on there somewhere, but I am not going to follow the tradition of African politicians. Sorry if you're a politician. Those who like to award themselves. But Stella, I think Tiki will present your award to you as a speaker. Yeah. A round of applause. Stella has been working tirelessly. There has been, in the last 9 months, weekly meetings over Zoom or Teams, planning this to make sure that it's been executed. And we're grateful for your leadership and your insights that you shared. Yeah. All right. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, Tiki will... What? Me? Award? No, that's fine. Don't worry. No, it's okay. Don't worry. I don't want to keep us waiting for too long, but stay right here because, ladies and gentlemen, Tiki has some very important announcement to make. As we have gone through 6 cycles of the Data Protection Africa Summit, it's always been the dream to grow. And there's a new layer that Tiki will talk to us about. A round of applause, please.
Okay. So thank you very much for being here. This has been an exciting journey. As usual, 6 years on, we're still standing here, going strong, continuing to learn lessons and grow. And I think that is what the Africa Digital Rights Hub is all about. And so I'm very excited to really announce to you that, you know, the whole idea behind the Data Protection Africa Summit is to celebrate Africa's successes and to also learn from others and share. And in the spirit of that, from next year, what we are planning to launch or bring as part of this program is an awards ceremony that is going to celebrate Africa's own successes around privacy and data protection. At this point, I think I'll stand back and then we'll share a little bit of a video that will tell a bit more about this story. But it's very exciting for us, and I'm therefore very happy to launch what will now be known from 2025 as the Data Protection Africa Picasso Awards as part of the Data Protection Africa Summit.
Africa. It's time to celebrate excellence in data protection and privacy. The prestigious Picasso Awards in collaboration with Africa Digital Rights Hub is here. For the first time, this global movement comes to Africa, spotlighting the innovators, professionals, and organizations shaping the future of privacy and data governance on the continent. With various award categories, the Data Protection Africa Picasso Awards will honor those driving cultural change, championing data ethics, and ensuring compliance in an increasingly complex world. This is more than recognition. It's about fostering a privacy-first mindset that transforms organizations from within. Join us as we elevate Africa's trailblazers in this fast-growing sector and inspire a new wave of leadership in privacy and security. The Data Protection Africa Picasso Awards, a celebration of the present and future of privacy excellence. Coming soon.
So thank you very much. So you should be looking out for the various awards categories in the coming months, so that you are able to either nominate your teams, and then, be part of this great celebration. I think this is a good one for us, and I'm really looking forward to how this will also impact the growth of data protection and privacy on the continent.
Thank you very much, Teki, for that. And for those of you wondering, it's not an art award. Picasso is actually an acronym for privacy, infosec, culture, change, awareness, and societal organization. With that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, to deliver the closing remarks and bring pretty much this wonderful 3 days here in Uganda, in Kampala, Uganda, to a close. Help me welcome the chairperson of the Board of Directors of the National Information Technology Authority in Uganda, Mr. Alexander Kibandama. A round of applause, please.
The National Director of the Personal Data Protection Office, Madam Stella, the commissioners and presidents of the several countries present today, particularly Kenya, Mauritius, Tanzania, Eswatini, Mali, and Egypt, the chairperson and executive council of the Africa Digital Rights Hub, represented by Dr. Philomena Nyako, the advisory council of the 2024 Data Protection Africa Summit, chaired by Ms. Teki and Stella, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good afternoon to you all. As we conclude this transformative summit on data protection, I stand here filled with immense pride and gratitude. Over the past few days, we have shared knowledge, exchanged ideas, and laid the groundwork for stronger collaboration across our continent and beyond. First, I want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to all our delegates for your active participation and invaluable contribution. Your presence has made this summit a resounding success, and your commitment to advancing the cause of data protection compliance in Africa is deeply inspiring. Those visiting Uganda for the very first time, I hope you have felt the home of our hospitality and got a glimpse of the beauty and vibrance of our nation. I understand that some of you will be taking some trips around the country. We hope you'll spend some time to share experience and also deepen your connection with our country. Please enjoy and make the best of your remaining time in Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, this summit has also reinforced the critical importance of data protection in today's digital age. Our deliberations over the last few days have highlighted the challenges we face as a continent, the evolving landscape of technology, the increasing volume of personal data being processed, and the growing threats to privacy and security. Yet amid these challenges, we have also identified significant opportunities. I can see that we have discussed a lot of practical solutions for harmonizing regulatory frameworks. I was pleased with your Michael's presentation on interoperability, which we are working on and is one of our priorities in Uganda, and building capacity and raising public awareness. I'm particularly encouraged by the collaborative spirit that has characterized this summit. We live here not only with a deep understanding of our shared challenges, but also with a renewed determination and tangible strategies to address them as Africa continues to embrace digital transformation. I also would like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed keynote speakers, particularly the keynote speaker, Mr. Sirik Mangala. I hope I pronounce your name very well. And the esteemed work you've been doing. I've been, when I was notified that you are the keynote address, I started looking at some of your publications. So I'm sure that it has been, the team has enjoyed what you've done, what you have delivered to us. And we look forward as NITA and as Uganda to continue collaborating with you and sharing knowledge with you and your team. And also, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Africa Digital Rights Hub. I've been discussing with Stella saying that the collaboration between the data protection offices is actually exemplary, and the deepening of relationships between the data protection commissioners and presidents across the continent is different from other organizations, for example, in IT. So we encourage you to continue doing this. And I'm sure with the work we are doing with Stella, looking at the achievements she has managed to do over the last 1 or 2 years, we shall be one of the first winners of the Picasso Awards. We also would like to see maybe as part of the award category, the interoperability frameworks which are being developed, which countries are leading. We think that Uganda, we are now a market trend setter in interoperability, making sure that different agencies speak to each other. Looking at how we are doing that with Stella, I think it can be a great lesson, not just for Uganda, but for the entire continent. And finally, I just want to commend the participants who have come and taken off time to come and be here. In most cases, when you attend these conferences, after 1 day, people disappear. It is heartfelt to see that you are all still here attending and paying attention and collaborating in data protection. Finally, as we take hope, I hope you take fond memories of Uganda. May you return soon, not just for conferences like this, but also to explore and enjoy the richness of our land and our people. Thank you again for making this summit a success. I wish you all your safe travels back to your respective destinations and look forward to our continued collaboration in the journeys ahead. Thank you so much. And at you, Ate, who's the key organizer, sorry, I just want to say that we've been discussing with Stella that we need our team member to collaborate more with Ghana. Because it seems you're a trend center, and also seeing the deep knowledge that you can put together, we look forward to a more personal engagement between Uganda and Ghana. Thank you.
I'm taking over from the MC. I have fired him because I think we're at the most exciting part of the program, and I'd rather do this than let him do it for us. So, can anyone guess where we're going next year? Can anyone guess? Kenya? Mauritius? Okay. Zanzibar? Whoever is going to guess right, I have a beautiful parcel for them. Where? Nigeria? Wow. Who are those saying? Egypt? Tanzania? Somebody, I heard someone say Morocco. I feel like there are some people that may have some information that I don't have. Anyway, for the unveiling, I don't think I even have much of a say on where we're going, but let's take a look at our journey so far and where it's going to be next year. same time. And so we're really looking forward to all of you there. I think there were a couple of people that got it right. I saw the Egyptian team cheering. There are a lot of similar cultures across Africa. So, yes, but we see me, for those that mentioned Morocco, I think I saw one or two. So I owe you, yes. All right. So let's finally, I'd like to acknowledge all our sponsors without whom this would not have been possible. And again, I say this is a very expensive venture, and it's usually very expensive. Again, organizing it on our continent, I always say that we say that we're a country with poor people, and yet for some reason, everything is more expensive for us than in the rest of the world. So this is a very expensive venture. And without the sponsors really supporting to make this affordable for all of us, it would be near impossible. And so I'd like to once again acknowledge the Personal Data Protection Office. I know we can't say thank you enough. So please, with a big applause, let's just say a big thank you to them, especially Stella and your team. They were right on it from last year, beginning January. The director, national director herself, was present in every meeting. And I believe in all, we held over 20, 30 meetings and engagements, all to make this happen. So once again, let's give a big round of applause to them. And then let's also recognize our grantor at ADRH, which is the William and Hewlett, Flora Hewlett Packard Foundation. They've been of enormous support in the last couple of years to the Africa Digital Rights Hub. And without their general grant, this program would not have been possible. So I'd like us to also acknowledge them. They couldn't be here in person, but it's a good thing. And of course, what we like to say, our old faithful Meta, anytime we're stuck, we always knock on their door and they come running to save the day. And so Meta, thank you for continuing to be the support right from the first Data Protection Africa Summit to date. Meta has been in the journey with us. And a lot of the time when we're bringing industry players to platforms like this, the biggest fear for us as not-for-profit organizations is that we do not want to influence or sell somebody's product, right? And so that has always been a challenge. And that is where Meta has been extremely supportful on. I don't think they've ever been forceful on saying, I want to come in and say this. As you saw today, we are giving the free hand after they give us their support to equally grill them. And so thank you so much to Meta and the entire team that continues to support DPAS programs as well. Then this year, we have the wonderful Jemmy Forums, not only partner with the DPAS, but also partner with ADRH to look at collaboration. A lot was said about collaboration, and I think this is where what you are seeing was also made possible with the support, of Jemmy Forums. And so thank you very much, Jemmy Forums, for also making this possible as well. And two candlesticks. He came on board. I think I roped him. So most of the people you see around these conferences, somehow I have a terrible way of pushing them to join, I wouldn't call it a ship that could crash, but join a very adventurous venture, such as the Data Protection Africa Summit. And two candlesticks, Matthew and your team have always been faithful. And since they became part of us last year, and they've continued. And I think for us, one of the biggest pushes this year was for them to organize the workshops. And these are typically services they provide for a fee, and most of our attendees that signed up and are getting certificates were able to get that same program that could cost them thousands of dollars for free. So thank you very much, Two Candlesticks, Matthew and your team for doing that. Last but not the least, Vince's Consult, and the entire team also supported. They also helped put together the PIMS, Privacy Information Management workshop that we had this year. And so with the final round of applause, can we thank all of them for making this possible? And now to the most important team of all. I think I want to invite online and in person all our the Data Protection Africa team players, I like to call them. Most of them have been harassed by me, called at odd hours of the night, invited to find things that are impossible. And somehow they've made it possible. When you see a program like this, can all of you be coming up, the PDPO team, Paul, Stella, do you want to come up as well? Baker, Anita, Edna, all the PDPO team, can you please come up? Everyone, we need to see and acknowledge you all for the work that has gone into this. And then the ADRH team, both online. Can we have Tekai, the one people confuse me for online? She's based in Canada, but I intentionally insisted she comes online so people know that there's a difference between Teki and Tekai. I'm not a chameleon, so I don't shift change in names. So I think so all of these people that you're seeing, I'll try and mention first name. That's Tekai on the video. For those of you who dealt with her, most of the speakers, she's based in Canada. So on my immediate left is Mr. Boating. Mr. Boating is the one that holds the purse. If he doesn't say, I can't do, so he's the one that actually ensures that we are spending prudently and the money goes to the right place. So say hello to him. Otherwise, and then I have Romeo. Most of the graphics that you're seeing and the artwork and all of you've seen images and everything going on online. He's one of the brains behind it, usually very quiet. But not quiet with his pictures and artwork. So, Romeo, thank you very much. And then my able PA that just joined us, Ruth. She's the one that bears brunt of all the harassments that will come. So she's normally the first to face the fire from me around why something has not happened. So that's Ruth Adley. And that is okay, so the PDPO had a huge team. Some of those I'm not familiar with. So that's Natalie, also with the PDPO team. And then next to him is Roland. Roland is the brain behind if you're registering and you're having problems, it's all Roland's fault. But without him, most of you would not be here. And he's actually one of the reasons that we were able to make this all happen. So thank you so much, Roland. Almighty Baker. Yes, so Baker is with the compliance team. He actually leads the compliance team at PDPO, but we had to unfortunately rope him in as should I say it? A programs person. So suddenly he was drafting programs. Most of the topics that you saw, he was the one that put together the topics and did a lot of work also behind the scenes. Thank you so much. Next to Veka, that is interesting, short, tall, is Paul. Paul was our leg on ground in Uganda. So he was our ears on ground because most of us are not based here. And so we had to listen to his advice on where to go to, what to do, what's right not to say, and all of that. And without Paul, this will all not be possible. And I'm sure for those of you that are also local, he was very instrumental in negotiating good rates to be paid by registered data controllers in Uganda. So you should give him a big hand. Oh, Jordan, yes. Yeah, old age is catching up with me. So Jordan is also part of the PDPO team. Almost all of the PDPO teams were working tirelessly on ground. Remember, most of us were not here, so whether it has to do with the right place, where do we visit for tours, what should we be doing, what should we be looking at, who should we be inviting, they were all extremely instrumental in that. Gloria. Gloria is also with the PDPO team. And then the last two gentlemen, three. I know the two. I know their faces, but I've forgotten the name. Patrick, Gilbert, Joel, and then Benjamin. So Gilbert, Joel, and Benjamin, they're all part of the PDPO team. And look, throughout the day, you've seen them moving around and shifting and making everything happen. Last but not the least is Albert. Albert is part of the PDPO team. And I said PDPO, sorry, ADRH. It's part of the ADRH team. Albert has been volunteering for ADRH since the very beginning. For those of you who care to know, he's a highly recognized security auditor, right? Who works with a prestigious entity in Germany. And so he had to fly all the way from Frankfurt to be part of us. And, you know, we didn't just put his Yes, we didn't just put his, organization skills to, he's also with Roland. So usually when they're screaming about why website is not working and something is not up, Roland will carry the heat through the internet to him in Frankfurt. And he was always up to make sure that it happens. And Albert also through his company, Vince's, supported us with training on the PIM, something they've been doing for money. So, but he was able to provide it for our participants at no cost at all to use. So let's say a big thank you. I think last but not the least, online, I already mentioned Tekai. Tekai is like the moving wheel of everything. So normally, when I like to say that she's stricter than I am. And so usually when everything has to happen and there's problem, I like to stay back, right? I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to deal with anybody. So when the kitchen is hot, I hand the pan over to Tekai. So I tell everybody, go to Tekai to handle it. But she is actually a chemical engineer by profession. But is very, I don't know how she does it, but somehow she's very good with organization. It's not, I didn't pick that side of the gene. So, and so she's also been with us from the very beginning to really help make everything happen. And she somehow has the ability to have oversight of everyone. Most of our guests that were flying, If you leave your itineraries to me, you'll probably be sitting at the airport right now. So I have no idea how she does it, but she's been responsible for that. And even though she's sitting in Canada, I believe she's been sitting up to make sure most of you that were traveling arrived on time. If your flights changed, transportation is arranged to meet you on time. So thank you very much. Patricia, why are you hiding? So, so Patricia was co-opted, whether she liked it or not, into the ADRH team last year, precisely because I've been doing some work and she wanted to stress me. So I thought, look, what a better way to be part of my world and to take up most of the stress. So you saw a lot of publications here, apart from being part of the entire organization team for this event. Patricia also joined ADRH as the publications lead, research and publications lead. And because of her, most of the reports that you saw out and the research work that was hanging in there that needed to be reviewed was able to see the light of the day. And so say a big thank you also to her. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the DPAS 2024 team. I don't know if they can give us some music and then you take a bow because this is the best time to do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much. Oh. Oh, unfortunately, whilst they were saying it, our MC had to run off a little bit, but I didn't recognize him. Ishra has also worked very closely, not just MCing for us, but he's been a close part of the ADRH team, doing a lot of work, particularly around communications, media engagements, and the like. So with a final round of applause, thank you once again. And I think at this point, on behalf of the board and the PDPO, do I have your permission? And the board of ADRH and the PDPO, I'd like to say a very, very, very big thank you to all of you for making this possible. Many a time and again, we have dreams, right? But without people, these dreams will not come to life. And for us, being present here today is part of making that dream come alive. And we are greatly appreciative of that. We may not have said it in so many words, but I am hoping that by your being here, you know, whatever we were able to serve you becomes of value to you and in your places of work and whatever it is that you do. So thank you all for being a part of this. We look forward to see most of you in Morocco next year. Until then, see you soon. Yes, I believe, yes, there would be, we'll all come up stage and find a way of arranging ourselves for a group photo. See, I'm not good at this MCing thing, so I shouldn't have let go of the MC. For tours, those of you that have, there's like a sticker on the back of your registration card. If you have the sticker, then it means you've registered for the tours. And so you're expected to be here Where are we meeting? At the lobby of the hotel at 6 a.m. tomorrow. That is because we're going out of, unfortunately, most of the fun stuff. You can stay in Kampala and do Kampala stuff, but a lot of the exciting things that most people wanted was going to be out of Kampala. And with the traffic, and I'm told there's a bit of roadworks along the way, we'll be going to Jinja as well for the tour. So those of you that registered for the tours, please ensure that you are here by 6 a.m. I believe within 15 minutes, if you don't show up, the bus will leave without you. So make your way to the lobby of the hotel by 6 a.m. if you want to be a part of the tours to Ginger. You should have registered for it prior to enable us plan. And that means that you have a tag, like a sticker at the back of your tag that you took when you registered. Also, make sure that you come with the tags, because that's how come we'll be able to admit you. Without the tag, we may not be able to admit you as well. We will have lunch served as usual from here, and you can continue with your networking. But the whole reason why we decided to close early is to make sure that people can interact. I feel like there's more value in the interactions than sitting here and lecturing everyone. So thank you. Can we all make our way up for the photos?